New details here tonight as the U.S. Department of Justice filed a historic indictment charging 4 Russian spies with war crimes against an American they abducted from Ukraine.
Tampa-based Project DYNAMO rescued Kirilo Alexandrov in May 2022, bringing him back to the U.S. He'd been held captive for 37 days in Russia and says he was interrogated, beaten, and tortured. Today, Alexandrov joined Project DYNAMO's founder via Zoom to share details of his time in captivity. This is during that hostage exchange on the Ukrainian-Russia border in May 2022. Now, during this time, they say that the Michigan native was living in Ukraine with his wife and his mother-in-law. That's when he was taken by Russian soldiers, as well as his wife and mother-in-law. He says that he'd find nails in his food, endure daily beatings and psychological torture with mock executions. Project DYNAMO's Operation Detriot Lions brought Alexandrov back to Detroit with his wife and mother-in-law. And that same mission has now led the DOJ to file charges under the War Crimes Act, the first in its nearly 30-year history.
Within a 24-hour period between May 9th and May 11th, I was surrounded by the most deprived, terrible human beings on this planet. And then 24 hours later, I was surrounded by the most honorable, most brave, amazing human beings on this planet.
We have a victim, if you will, and also a series of witnesses to the war crimes. So that allowed the Department of Justice and the FBI to be able to build out an indictment.
Hearing from Alexandrov, as well as Brian Stern, who is the head of Project DYNAMO. Today, we also heard from the U.S. Attorney General Merrick Garland. He said, while these are the first war crimes charges brought by the DOJ, we can expect more. And he also said that the DOJ is investigating the October 7th kidnappings and murders of Americans by Hamas in Israel, vowing to hold those involved accountable.
Meantime,